Support the video with a like, and leave your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. Thank you. I'm slouched on the couch in our living room, the one we spent 6 months turning into a Pinterest board Claire could brag about to her friends. The TV's muttering some home improvement show. All hammer bangs and fake drama, but I'm not watching. My coffee's gone cold on the side table, and I'm staring at the wall trying to wrap my head around what just went down. Claire's locked herself in the bathroom, probably practicing her wounded look in the mirror. She's been in there 15 minutes ever since she stormed off after I tried to put my arm around her. It was nothing, just a reflex after a long day at the office. I leaned in, thinking maybe we could have a normal moment for once. She froze like I just dropped a spider on her lap and pushed my arm away. "Hank, stop pawing at me," she said, her voice sharp enough to slice through steel. I respect myself too much for that. Respect herself? What the hell is that supposed to mean? I'm her husband, not some guy hitting on her at a dive bar. I tried to laugh it off. Keep it light, Claire. It's a hug. Chill out. She didn't chill. She stood up, all 5 feet 6 inches of her vibrating with this cold, deliberate energy, and repeated herself slower like, "I'm too dumb to get it." "Hank," I said, "stop. I respect myself." Then she marched off to the bathroom, leaving me sitting there like a fool, wondering when my marriage turned into a chess game where I'm always 3 moves behind. I don't yell, never have, but I'm not the guy who just sits there and swallows it either. So I leaned back, took a deep breath, and called out loud enough for her to hear through the door. "Yeah, well, I respect myself too, Claire. Don't expect me to keep footing the bill for your comfort if you're going to pull this crap." The words landed like a brick. I didn't plan to say it, but it felt right, like I'd finally cracked open the silence we've been drowning in for months. She didn't respond. Not that I expected her to. Claire doesn't back down, she doubles down, always has. If I'd known then what this was building to, I'd have started packing my bags that night. The next morning, I'm up at 6 grinding coffee beans in the kitchen. The house is quiet, just the hum of the fridge and the gurgle of the coffee maker. Claire's still upstairs, probably pretending to sleep so she doesn't have to face me. I'm not mad, not exactly, but I'm done pretending everything's fine. Last night wasn't a one-off. It was a signal, a flare she shot up to let me know she's rewriting the rules again. I've been married to her for 8 years. I know her playbook. She's testing me, seeing how much I'll take before I push back. I'm not chasing her. Never have, never will. If she wants to play the victim, she can do it alone. I pour my coffee, black, no sugar, and sit at the counter scrolling through my phone. Work emails, a text from my buddy Mike about poker night, a reminder to pay the water bill. Normal life. But I'm already thinking ahead. If Claire's going to keep drawing lines like that, I'm not sticking around to see how deep they cut. When she finally comes downstairs, it's almost 8. She's in her yoga pants and a loose sweater, hair pulled back, looking like she's ready to star in her own wellness blog. She doesn't say good morning, just grabs a mug and pours herself coffee, moving like I'm not even there. "Sleep okay?" I ask, keeping my voice flat. She shrugs, eyes on her phone. "Fine," I wait. She's a master at this. The silent treatment making you feel like you're the one who's got a gravel for existing. I'm not biting. "Good," I say, standing up. I'm heading to the office early. Got a meeting with Tom. Her eyes flick up, just for a second. "Tom, since when?" "Since I scheduled it yesterday," I say, rinsing my mug in the sink. "Don't wait up for me tonight, I'll be late." She opens her mouth, probably to throw something sharp, but I'm already grabbing my keys. "Hank, you can't just—" she starts, but I cut her off. "I can't," I say, not turning around. And I am. I'm out the door before she can respond. That's my first move. No chasing, no explaining. I'm not her employee, and I'm not begging for her approval. If she wants to play cold, I'll show her what distance really feels like. At the office, I'm trying to focus, but it's tough. I run a small construction firm. Nothing glamorous, but it keeps the lights on and the mortgage paid. Tom's my project manager, a guy who's been with me since I started this business 10 years ago. He's in his 50 seconds, bald with a laugh like a busted lawnmower. We're going over blueprints for a condo project in the city, but my head's only half in it. "You good, Hank?" Tom asks, leaning back in his chair, chewing on a pen. "You look like you're planning to rob a bank." I snort. "Just family stuff." Claire's in one of her moods. He nods, doesn't push. Tom's been married to his wife, Ellen, for 20 years. He gets it. "Women," he says, shaking his head. "They'll test you till you snap or till you don't." "Yeah." "Well, I'm not snapping," I say, tapping the blueprint. "Let's get this done." We spend the next hour hashing out details, timelines, budget, subcontractors. Work's my anchor, always has been. It's where I'm in control, where no one gets to pull my strings. By the time we wrap up, it's past 6. I could head home, but I don't. I text Mike and tell him I'm in for poker night. Claire can have the house to herself. Let her stew in her own silence. Poker night's at Mike's place, a split level in the suburbs with a basement that smells like stale beer and old cigars. Mike's a lawyer, sharp as a knife with a mouth that never quits. Dave's there too, an IT guy who's quieter than a mock, always bringing his own poker chips like he doesn't trust Mike's deck. Then there's Steve, a car salesman who's got 3 stories he's been telling for years, each one less interesting than the last. Claire's coming too. She never misses a chance to play the perfect wife in front of my friends. All smiles and charm. I'm not buying it. I've seen the real her. We're at the table, cards in hand, chips scattered like confetti. Mike's dealing, cracking jokes about his boss when Claire starts. She's sitting next to me, sipping a glass of Pinot Grigio, her third of the night, and she's got that look, the one that says she's about to stick a pin in me just to see if I bleed. Hank, she says loud enough for the whole table to hear. You going to lose all our money tonight, or just half? The table erupts. Mike slaps the table, laughing like a hyena. Oh, she's got you, buddy. Dave smirks into his beer. Steve chuckles, says, better watch out, man. I feel the heat creeping up my neck, but I don't flinch. I've been here before. This isn't a joke. It's a jab. Her way of testing if I'll take it in front of my friends. I look at her calm as a summer lake. Claire, if I lose, it's my money. You're not exactly pulling 6 figures. Her smile twitches just for a second, but she recovers fast, tossing her hair back. Oh, come on, Hank. Don't be so sensitive. It's just a game. Yeah, I say, tossing a chip into the pot. And I play to win. The guys laugh again, but it's different now, sharper. Mike raises an eyebrow, deals the next card. Claire sips her wine, but I can see the gears turning. She didn't expect me to push back. Not in public. She thinks she owns the room, that she can poke me, and I'll just smile and take it. Not tonight. The game goes on, but I'm done with her script. Half an hour later, she tries again. We're in the middle of a hand, and she leans over, voice all syrupy. Hank, maybe you should stick to checkers. Poker's not your thing. The table chuckles, but it's weaker this time. They're sensing the edge. I fold my hand, stand up, and grab my jacket. I'm out, I say, looking at Mike. I'll catch you later. Claire's eyes go wide. What? You're leaving? Yep, I say, zipping up my jacket. I don't play where I'm not respected. The room goes dead quiet. Mike smirking like he's watching a movie. Dave staring at his chips like they're a puzzle. Steve clears his throat, mumbles, You sure, man? I'm sure, I say, locking eyes with Claire. I don't waste my time on bad bets. I walk out, the basement door clicking shut behind me. No yelling, no scene, just me, my keys, and the cold night air. In the car, I don't feel rage. I feel clear. That's my second move. Public boundary, no hesitation. She crossed a line, and I'm not sticking around to applaud her performance. I get home around 10, and Claire's not back yet. I don't call her, don't text. I pour a bourbon neat and sit on the couch, flipping to SportsCenter. The Knicks are losing as usual. I'm not waiting up for her, but I know she'll come in hot, ready to spin this into my fault. That's her game. Make me the bad guy. Make me apologize for her crap. Not this time. She walks in at 11, heels clicking like gunfire on the hardwood. Really, Hank? She says, tossing her purse on the counter. You just walk out like that in front of everyone. I don't look up from the TV. You made it a show, Claire. I just ended it, she scoffs, crossing her arms. You're so dramatic. It was a joke. Everyone was laughing. Everyone but me, I say, finally meeting her eyes. You don't get to talk to me like that. Not in front of my friends. Not anywhere. Oh, please, she says, rolling her eyes. You embarrassed me by leaving. You made me look like an idiot. No, Claire, I say, standing up. You embarrassed yourself, and I'm done being your punchline. She steps closer, voice dropping to that fake, calm tone she uses when she's trying to flip the script. Hank, you're blowing this out of proportion. You can't just walk away every time you don't like something. Watch me, I say, heading upstairs. I'm sleeping in the guest room. Figure out what you want because I'm not doing this anymore. She calls after me. This is ridiculous. You're acting like a child. I don't answer. I shut the guest room door, lock it, and lie on the bed staring at the ceiling. That's the consequence. No arguments, no begging, just a new rule. I don't share a bed with someone who treats me like a doormat. She can sleep on that one. It's been a week since poker night, and Claire's gone full ice queen. No apologies. She doesn't do those. Instead, she's weaponizing silence, answering me in one-word grunts or not at all. Breakfast is like sitting in a DMV waiting room. She pours her coffee, scrolls her phone, and pretends I'm invisible. I ask about her day. She says, fine. I mentioned dinner plans. She says, whatever. It's not just cold. It's a power play. She's trying to make me crack, to make me beg for her to talk it out. I'm not that guy. I've already made my first move, sleeping in the guest room every night. She hasn't said a word about, but I see it in her face. The tight jaw, the way her eyes narrow when I pass by. She thought I caved by now, come crawling back with apologies. I don't owe. Not happening. I don't chase and I don't ask twice. Today's Saturday and we're supposed to go to her friend Lisa's barbecue. Lisa's a realtor, loud as a foghorn, always prying into our marriage like it's her personal reality show. Her husband Greg is an accountant, quiet, always nursing a beer and nodding like he's half asleep. I don't want to go. Not after this week. But I know Claire will spin it as me giving up if I bail. So I'm going, but I'm setting the stage first. Before we leave, I make a call to Tom. I'm taking Monday off, I tell him, heading to the cabin upstate. Need a breather. Tom whistles. Big move, boss. Everything okay? It will be, I say. Just need some space. The cabin's a small place, just a couple rooms and a porch overlooking a lake. It's mine. Bought with my own money before Claire and I got married. She's never liked it. Says it's too rustic. I'm not telling her I'm going. I'm not hiding it, but I'm not asking her permission either. This is my initiative. Taking control of my time before she can pull another stunt at the barbecue. The backyard's a zoo. Kids screaming, music blasting, the smell of grilled burgers and charcoal thick in the air. Claire's in her element laughing with Lisa and a couple other women. All wine glasses and fake giggles. I'm with Greg and a neighbor named Paul, a guy who's obsessed with his new pellet smoker and won't shut up about it. We're talking brisket when Claire calls out, Hank, you going to stand there all day or help with the plates? It's not a question, it's an order, loud enough for the whole yard to hear. Lisa smirks. Paul raises an eyebrow. Greg stares at his beer. I feel the heat, but I keep it locked down. I walk over, grab a stack of plates from the table, and set them down in front of her. Here, I say, voice steady. Anything else, Your Majesty? Her smile freezes. Lisa chokes on her wine, tries to cover it with a laugh. Claire recovers fast, tossing her hair. Oh, Hank, always so dramatic. I don't laugh. I look her dead in the eye, voice low, but clear enough for anyone nearby to hear. Claire, you don't get to order me around. Not here, not anywhere. Next time, ask like an adult, or don't ask at all. The yard goes quiet, or at least it feels that way. Lisa is staring like I just grew a second head. Greg's pretending to check his phone. Paul mutters something about checking the smoker and bolts. Claire's face is a mask, but I see the cracks. She didn't expect me to call her out. Not in front of her friends. She thought she had the stage. I don't wait for her to respond. I grab a beer from the cooler and walk back to Greg. So about that brisket, I say like nothing happened. That's the public boundary. No shouting, no drama, just a line drawn where everyone can see it. The drive home is a silent war. Claire's staring out the passenger window, arms crossed, lips tight. I don't break the tension. I'm done filling the air with small talk to make her comfortable. When we pull into the driveway, she finally speaks. You humiliated me back there, Hank. I cut the engine, turned to her. No, Claire. You humiliated yourself. You keep trying to run the show, and I'm not your stagehand. She scoffs, shoving the door open. You're impossible. I was just asking for help. No, I say, stepping out. You were giving orders, and I'm done taking them. She storms inside, slamming the door behind her. I let her go. I grab my duffel bag from the garage, already packed. I'm heading to the cabin for a few days. I call out as I head to the truck. You need me? You know my number. She doesn't answer. I don't expect her to. I drive off, the radio low, the road stretching out ahead. This isn't running away. This is me taking my life back. One step at a time. The cabin's my sanctuary, just the sound of crickets, the creak of the porch swing, and the occasional splash of a fish in the lake. I spend 3 days there fishing, reading a beat-up paperback, drinking coffee strong enough to wake the dead. It's not about hiding. It's about clarity. I'm not angry at Claire anymore. I'm just done waiting for her to decide what our marriage is. She's been rewriting the rules for years. Little digs, silent treatments, tests to see how much I'll take. I've been too busy keeping the peace to notice how far it's gone. No more. I get back Wednesday afternoon and the house feels like a stranger's. Claire's left dishes piled in the sink. Her yoga mat sprawled across the living room floor like a crime scene. It's her way of saying she is in charge even when I'm not here. I don't clean up. I'm not her janitor. I drop my bag in the guest room and head to the office. Work's piling up. A bid for a new office complex is due Friday, and I need to focus. That night, Claire's waiting for me in the kitchen, arms crossed like she's been rehearsing her lines. You just disappear for 3 days and think that's normal, she says, voice tight as a wire. I told you where I was, I say, grabbing a water from the fridge. You didn't call, so I figured you didn't care. Her eyes narrow. Don't turn this on me, Hank. You're the one abandoning your responsibilities. Responsibilities? I set the bottle down hard enough to make a point. Claire, I pay the mortgage, the bills, your car. I show up every day. What's your contribution lately besides attitude? She flinches, but she's not backing down. You're never here, Hank. You're always at work or off with your buddies. I'm alone in this. Alone. I laugh. Not because it's funny, but because it's ridiculous. You've got your friends, your yoga classes, your little power trips. You're not alone. You're just pissed. I'm not jumping through your hoops anymore. She steps closer, voice low and venomous. You're selfish, Hank. You always have been. I deserve better. That's it. The line she can't uncross. I've heard her jabs, her tests, her little games. But this is her saying, I'm not enough. Never will be. I don't yell. I don't argue. I just look at her and I know what I have to do. Claire, I say calm as granite. You want better? Go find it. I'm done being your punching bag. I walk out of the kitchen, grab my laptop, and start searching for apartments. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now, that's the consequence. She crossed the final line and I'm not waiting for her to do it again. The next day, I'm at the office scrolling through apartment listings when Tom walks in. You. Look like you're planning a heist, he says, dropping into a chair. More like an escape, I say, turning the laptop toward him. I'm done, Tom. Claire's made it clear she doesn't want a husband. She wants a doormat. He whistles low. You sure about this? That's a big step. I'm sure, I say. She's been running the show. Too long. I'm taking my life back. He nods. Doesn't push. You need a place to crash. My guest room's open. Thanks, I say. But I've got this. By the end of the day, I've got a lease signed for a 1-bedroom downtown. It's small, no frills, but it's mine. I don't tell Claire. She'll figure it out when I'm gone. Friday morning, I'm at a coffee shop near the office, meeting with Sarah, a friend from my old neighborhood. She's a therapist now, sharp and non-nonsense with a laugh that cuts through. I haven't told her everything, but she knows enough to see the cracks. So, you're really leaving? She asks, stirring her latte. Yep, I say, sipping my coffee. Signed the lease yesterday. I'm out tomorrow. She leans back, studying me. You don't seem torn up about it. I'm not, I say. I gave it 8 years. I tried. She didn't. I'm not begging for scraps. Sarah nods, but there's a question in her eyes. What's Claire going to do when she finds out? Whatever she wants, I say. That's her problem now. She laughs, shakes her head. You're cold, Hank, but I get it. You got to draw the line somewhere. Exactly. I say, and I drew it. It's Friday night and I'm packing the last of my stuff. Claire's at some charity gala, probably charming the room while whispering about what a jerk I am. I don't care. The movers are coming tomorrow, and this is my last night in this house. The guest room's empty now, just a bed and a lamp. My clothes, books, and tools are in boxes. The rest, her throw pillows, her curated art prints she can keep. I don't need souvenirs. She comes home around 9, heels clicking, voice bright, until she sees the boxes stacked in the hall. What the hell is this? She says, stopping dead. I'm in the living room sipping a bourbon. I'm moving out, I say, not looking up. Lease is signed. Movers come tomorrow. Her face goes pale, then red. You're leaving? Just like that. No discussion. No discussion needed, I say, setting the glass down. You've made it clear what you think of me. I'm not sticking around to hear it again. She steps closer, voice shaking. Hank, you can't do this. We're married. You can't just walk away. Watch me, I say, standing up. You wanted control, Claire. You got it. Enjoy the house, the car, the life. I'm done funding it, she laughs, sharp and bitter. You think you can just leave me with nothing? I'll take you to the cleaners. I shrug. Try it. I've already talked to a lawyer. You'll get what's fair and not a dime more. Her eyes widen, and for the first time I see it, panic. She thought I'd never leave, that I'd keep taking her punches because I'm the good guy. She's wrong. I'm not good. I'm just done. You're making a mistake, she says, softer now, switching to her pleading voice. We can work this out, Hank. Let's talk. No, I say, stepping past her. You don't get to rewrite the rules anymore. I said what I said. I'm gone. She grabs my arm, her nails digging in. Hank, please. You're throwing away everything. I pull my arm free, look her in the eye. No, Claire, you did that. I'm just walking away from the wreckage. I grab my keys and head for the door. She's still talking, her voice rising, but I'm not listening. I step outside, the night air cool against my skin, and I feel lighter than I have in years. I don't look back. 6 months later, I'm in my downtown apartment, a small place with a view of the city skyline. It's not much, but it's mine. Work's thriving. We landed the office complex bid, and I'm eyeing a new project that could take the firm to the next level. Mike and Tom come by sometimes. We grab beers, watch the game. Sarah checks in too, always with a new story about her clients. I'm not lonely. I'm free. Claire's still in the house. Last I heard, she called a few times, left voicemails about working things out. I didn't call back. I don't chase, and I don't ask twice. She made her bed, let her lie in it. I'm not angry anymore. I'm not sad. I'm just living on my terms with my head high. Respect isn't something you beg for. It's something you demand.